What is going on, guys? It is 7:30 in the morning. I am in Searcy, Arkansas, visiting family back home. It's the 4th of July weekend, but I want to go over something short, sweet, or maybe like 10 minutes for you guys. But I wanted to go over how to create the proper listing when going to list your car for sale. I've been getting this question a lot. There are a couple simple tips that you can do to help maximize your chance of turning over your car quicker and funneling people into your ad over other people's ads with the similar body style and listing. So come inside with me in my computer and I will show you exactly how I do it. And sorry if I'm not super entertaining this morning. It's like super early to me. I stayed up till 2 a.m. Not very lively, but this is an informational video, so I guess I don't have to be, but I'll be awake in the next 10-15 minutes and then I'll be good to go. But just jump inside with me. I'll show you exactly what I did with my Silverado SS and why I did it. Let's go. Okay, so now we are on Craigslist. So this method is going to apply to OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, anything that you want to use. But I'm going to start with Craigslist because it's the most common app that I think we all know of, and then we can all understand and really grasp too. So I'm going to start with going to post clearly. So I'm in the Phoenix area, so we'll just do Phoenix, East Valley. We'll do for sale by owner. That is very important. But if you're doing this as a side hobby, you're going to be the owner. You're not going to have a dealer's license. So you have the advantage there, although they do make you pay now $5 per post. So you're going to go cars and trucks by owner. And in this listing, I'm going to have a 2003 Silverado SS. So you definitely want to make sure that SS is in there because that is a rare truck and it emphasizes what this vehicle is. There's nothing special with this posting title. I don't think that that's anything special, but I do think that price is very important. So if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know that I paid $9,000 for this Silverado SS, and it could be worth anywhere from $10,500 to $12,500. Depending on what you want to do, you must understand if you want to drive your vehicle that you're selling for a long time or just a little bit, and then when it sells, it sells. If you want that mindset, then I would suggest for this listing, since I don't care to turn it over in the next couple days, that I will list it for, let's say, $11,900. I could list it for $12,400, but think about it like this: $500 less, and it's going to look so much cheaper. $11,900 looks so much cheaper than $12,500. And it seems so stupid to say it like that, but think about it if you have a car that was worth $10,300, or if you wanted to sell it quicker and you wanted to do it just for the turnover rate and just for the profit, you could post it at $9,900 if you say you paid $8,000 for the car. Because $9,900 looks so much more appealing, and I think it will draw way more people in, even though it's only $400 less, and that will get you a quicker turnover rate so that you can get to your next deal faster, and you'll end up actually profiting more. You'll be turning them over much quicker, especially if you have a dealer's license. So be careful with your price. Understand if you want a quick turnover, it may be better to not overprice your car so that you can have a better deal than other people. And they funnel to your ad over the other comparable ads in your area. But also understand, if you overprice a car, make sure that this car has some incentive that gives someone a reason to overpay for it. In my case, the Silverado SS is almost in mint condition. It's a collector's truck. So if I overprice this vehicle, I could see a buyer overpaying for it because they don't make any more of these, and having one in mint condition is so rare. So that is something that will counter it being overpriced, and they're going to lowball you anyway. So on a truck like this that I'm willing to drive around for 2 months, I'm willing to even post it at $12,400. It's actually listed at $12,400. But for moving on to the description, I typically think making bullet points and things of that sort is not typically the way to go. I think making it sound as personable as possible, like you've had it for a while, or however you want to do, is the best way to do it. I don't think making it sound super proper is the way to go, especially on a for sale by owner. You're going to sound too much like a dealer, and it's going to honestly be kind of deterring. So I would say I am selling my 2003 Silverado SS. So in my case, it has 164,000 or 163,000 miles. It's very important that you say this up front so that they know right away and you're not wasting their time. Don't hide the mileage. It's very, very important that you do that, because you're going to get people sending 10 messages and then they're not going to know the mileage. And then once you tell them some kind of mileage, it's a big factor that'll push them away or draw them in, regardless of what you have. It's very important to be upfront, and if it has high mileage but it drives great, explain that. So this vehicle, and as you can see, this is nothing like crazy. This is nothing out of the ordinary. It's no special ad, but there are little things like the price that I was talking about that can help you a lot. So this vehicle runs and drives great. Let's do as if it was new. So what this means is, instead of them asking you for details, instead of them saying, does the AC work? Do the windows work? Do the heated seats work? I want to say that up front so that they can get either straight to the point to negotiating or come see it now. You don't want to spend 30 minutes with 30 different people because you didn't give enough description. But also, you don't want to make the description too long to where they skim over stuff and didn't see things and then ask more questions. So that is why I'm putting it short and sweet. Everything works as if it was new. This truck has over 100 pages of paperwork. So I'm going to say, and any restoration done with it. So that is very, very important on a collector vehicle, because if you have this, it's almost like reassurance. It's people will overpay for this reason alone, because since it is a 2003, it has been out on the road for a while, and with the collector's truck, people want to know the history. So if I can include this, which luckily, thank goodness, this truck has all this information, it makes it so much more valuable. But imagine, having a collector's truck with every single document since 2003 or 2000, and how much of a benefit that will be on a truck like this. But keep this in mind: if you have a 2003 Honda Civic and you have 100 pages of paperwork, it won't really help it near as much as a collector's truck like this. It may not even be worth mentioning. If you have a 2003 Honda Civic, the only thing that I would mention is the factory owner's manual is still in the glove box, something of that sort. So I want to stress on this truck that everything has been completely beefed up because it is a sport truck. I want to list a couple main mods. I don't want to list all of them because I want them to ask me questions and engage with me a little bit in that aspect, because it'll be really relatable for me, and they can tell that I'm passionate about this truck as well, and that will honestly create this little click between me and the potential buyer, and then he will come look at it and it'll be much more personable. But I don't want to do that with little main things like does the AC work and stuff like that. But with a built truck, it is very important to put some details in there, but also leave a little bit out so that they ask you and make it more personable, and then you can talk to them on the phone and they can really tell how serious you are, how much you like these trucks, and then it'll build that relationship. So when they come look at it, they may not negotiate down as much because they know how passionate you are about these trucks and that you know a lot about them, which will also help you, because if they can tell you know about these vehicles, then they typically won't take advantage of you trying to negotiate as hard, because they know you know your stuff. So I'm going to put transmission is a completely built FLT level 7 transmission. So any car enthusiast will know exactly what I mean by that. That's a $4,100 transmission. It's the most expensive transmission you can get in the 4065E version. It can hold a ton of horsepower. But the cool part about this truck is it is basically stock. It has a camshaft in it, but it's detuned. So honestly, it's built for about 800 horsepower, but it's running on stock. So it's almost like having a normal SS that's just even more reliable, even stronger, even sturdier, which will actually help this vehicle quite a bit. And this is where I want to stress that it doesn't have a rough idle. It drives almost as if it's factory. Because the camshaft is so smooth. And what this will do is, if anyone was looking for a stock Silverado SS and they saw this transmission that's completely built, that kind of pushes that audience away. But this is where I'm going to bring them back so that I'll be able to attract both audiences by saying this. So it has a completely built engine ready for boost with a small
camshaft that runs and drives identical to stock. So this is very important because it is for the people that want to build these trucks. This will attract them. That is completely built engine ready for boost. It has a small camshaft, but where it will attract the people that want a stock truck is where I said it runs and drives identical to stock, which it does. So now you're attracting both audience on a vehicle like this. And honestly, this is where I'm going to cut it off. I don't want to make it too long, because if I make it too detailed, it's going to look like a dealer's post. If I start putting bullet points, it's going to look like a dealer's post down here. So I'm going to say, for more information, text or call, and then you're going to put your number. So there, you do not have to put your number in order. So keep this in mind. You can write your number out so that you don't get scam callers, but do not, please do not just use your email. It seems like a fake ad, and anyone smart on Craigslist will just skip right over it and not even take the chance of emailing you. So I always recommend putting your number, whether you want to spell the numbers out or just type it out. But you can also put it in down here. But that's literally it. It's that simple. After you've done all this, I'll show you a little bit more about the photos that I took and why I took them, and there is a little strategy that you can use for your photos. So now we have uploaded our pictures. I want to go over this because this is kind of important when you're uploading your pictures on what you're doing depending on what you have. So again, we have a collector's vehicle in front of us, so it's very important, if this thing is in really good shape, to really get detailed images such as this right here. I don't think I can zoom in on it, but I can adjust it. But as you can see, I got a really close up of all the panels because of how straight they are, and this will have a huge direct effect on the price associated with it and how much someone is willing to pay. These interior pictures are not the greatest, but it is very important to get interior pictures from both sides. It is common to see ripped seats right here on this truck, so I wanted to make sure that I got a close-up showing that there is no rip in this seat, and that will add value to this truck this much more. I also have a passenger seat photo, a rear photo, but it is very important to do all of these things because they all start to add up, and then they start to be associated with the price that you're asking for it. Also, something super important is where you post this vehicle. Now, if you can, in my opinion, post it in your driveway or a driveway. It makes it so much more personable than if you post it on a curb where it looks like you're a reseller or it looks like you are a dealer. It's just my opinion. This is my actual vehicle. I'm going to be driving it for 2 months. So putting it in the driveway is actually where it will be. But posting it here, make sure you have no address showing. Make sure that it's not too descriptive of your location, but it makes it more personable and more approachable when it's in your driveway from my experience. You do not have to do that at all, so don't take that super serious if you don't want to, but I just think that it works that much better. But that is the ad. It's nothing crazy. You don't want to make it too salesy on the description, and you want to understand, are you wanting to sell this super quick and use that method that I told you guys about with the price. They're going to look at this first, then they're going to look at this, and then they're going to instantly associate it with price, and then they start reading the description, and that is the order that it goes in. But that's really just it. I'm going to turn my camera around and close this video out for you guys.
All right, guys, so that really just is it. Again, I'm not really awake right now, but I'm not that enthusiastic, but I wanted to go over that with you guys because it is very important that you understand things of that sort and understand how to really tweak your ad to convert more people onto your post over other posts. There's little things that you can do that I explained in that video. If you guys have any questions or wonder what we do and how we do this on a daily basis with the Flipping Wheels group, again, click the first link down below. I promise you it's worth just to understand what we do. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, hit the second link in the description. Feel free to direct message me, ask me any car related questions, and I'd love to help you guys once again. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.